What's going on, everyone? This is just going to be a quick guide on how to apply Bandai's photo etched parts. I have experience building the MGEX Strike Freedom Gundam, and also now I'm going to show you with the PG Unleashed RX-78-2s. Many people have come up with different ways in the past, and what I did was I looked online and tried to make a way that I thought was easiest. The stuff you see right here, the green stuff, this adhesive is very strong and it's not needed for the end product. The actual sticking point is on the side where you can see now. Some people like to use a hobby knife or a scraper to remove the parts. I found personally this is quite annoying and difficult, and sometimes you might even end up bending the metal. Another thing you shouldn't do, like with stickers, is to use tweezers and just rip it straight off, because that will definitely bend the metal. I have experience because I've done that before. As you can see, this metal is not that strong and you can easily bend it, which is not ideal if you want it to be flat. So the first thing you want to do is to rip off the protective layer. For beginners, it might be counterintuitive that the sticky side is on this side, but yes, it is. And then once you do this, the different ways to apply it, I've personally found through experimentation and reading online that you can like bend it slowly and it will come off. It's kind of hard to believe, so I need to show you with a few examples, so stay tuned for that. The first thing I'm going to do though is to get a pair of scissors and then cut it up. What I find is that a little bit of pre-processing can save you a lot of pain and effort later. If you just take it off straight off the sheet, you might risk damaging the other parts, but I like to separate it first. Okay, so now I have a backpack here. I need to apply the photo etch part to there. So what I'm going to do is grab both sides of the plastic empty part, and then I'm just going to press it together. And as I apply force, you can see that the metal part is just going away by itself. This saves a lot of force required if you were to just use a blade and pull it out. You can see only a tiny bit is still left remaining attached to it. And now, watch this. You can just get the tweezers and just lift it off like that with minimal force. The only annoying thing is, no matter what method you apply, there's always going to be this green stuff on it. I'm going to show you how to remove that later. The application process is quite easy. You can just put it on with tweezers and just press it on. I find personally that the adhesive is quite strong. It's not going to move too much once it's on. Okay, let's do another example. Some of you might be saying, what if it's a long piece? Those are the ones that tend to bend the most. Well, you can still apply the same method. It's just a little bit slower, but if you just shake it side to side, it naturally comes off. And as you can see, you can again just use the tweezers and it lifts off so easily. The piece is also still straight. Now I'm going to apply it on. I'm just going to press it down. It's not super sticky, but if you just apply it and just be careful, it will stay on like that. Nothing too much, nothing too hard. So the next problem you may have is trying to get rid of the green stuff. I know a lot of people, like me, you would have tried scraping it off first and it barely comes off. So I'm going to show you an example from the beginning to end, and then this is what you should try to implement if you're a beginner. So I've taken the longest piece right now, and this is most likely to bend while taking off. You can see I'm still applying the same method. It is starting to bend a little bit. So you can just bring in the tweezers and kind of push it off slightly. Most people would do this anyway, even if you didn't bend it. So yeah, it's fine. A little bit of flexing is okay. Just be slow and careful, and remember to take your time because there are no spare parts for these metal etch parts. Okay, it came off relatively easily. And if I give you a side view, it's still kind of straight. So that's looking nice. If you are scared that it bent a tiny bit, you can just bend it in the opposite direction and it'll be fine. Now you can see this green stuff in close up. From my experience, the best way to get rid of the green stuff is to use some rubbing alcohol like hand sanitizer, dap it on a tissue and cloth, and just rub it on the surface a few times. Be sure not to use too much, as that could affect the adhesive and the metal part might fall off. There's nothing worse than ruining the parts, but if you put it on, it looks beautiful. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to give a like, a subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you guys later.